Maybe I'm crazy, but the Rams and Chargers have joined forces to make one giant underachieving LA football team. At least according to their new logo, the Rams' new logo.
Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not.
Welcome to Maybe I'm Crazy. I'm Joy Taylor. We're going to have Darnell Smith from Speak for Yourself and SFY Next on the podcast today in the Fox Sports family. Talk about all the big headlines of the day. We're going to talk about Brady, LeBron, Clippers, Kawhi. We're going to talk about the Bucks and Giannis, MVP race. Dak Prescott should be paid. Pat Beverley doesn't think it's hard to guard LeBron. It's a lot going on today, but let's get started with Darnell. All right, very excited. We have Darnell Smith from Speak for Yourself in the building. Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast.
Of course, thanks for inviting. I've been trying to get on here for about 2 years, I feel like now.
What have you been trying to get on for 2 years?
I've been wanting to get on for about 2 years.
Trying, because like this is not news to me.
Right.
We had Uncle Jimmy on after the Super Bowl.
I saw that.
We had to do because he's KC, KCK.
Right.
Yeah. So we're happy to have you on. For those of you who don't know Darnell, he is from Indianapolis, Indiana, which I don't think I've ever been.
Never been to Indianapolis?
I don't think so.
You gotta put that on your list.
No, so I hear different things about Indy because you would think Indy is not really cracking like that, but they do the draft there every year, and everybody always says nice things about the draft.
It's
I mean, not the draft. Sorry, the combine.
The combine, yeah, the combine. It's fun. I mean, it's fun to me. I mean, obviously in comparison to LA. Sure, you might think it's kind of boring.
Right.
But in terms of like having events, we do a good job of hosting events. We had the Super Bowl there like in 2000, I think, 7? I have to look back at the year. And it was dope. I mean, 'cause we have so many bars and clubs.
Okay, so you do have like stuff to do.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's not. Come on, Joy.
I mean, I don't know. I'm from Pittsburgh, and people say the same thing about Pittsburgh. But I'm like, I don't know if a Super Bowl would be. I don't know if Pittsburgh would be a good spot for a Super Bowl.
We got amazing food that you see on how my stomach's over here looking right now. So we got good food. Everything's in close proximity. So
what kind of food is Indianapolis known for?
I like
barbecue.
I feel like we're not known for one particular food. We just got everything.
Good
food. Burgers is dope. Wings is dope.
And potatoes,
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you're gonna eat and you're gonna relax and you're gonna gain weight. But it's hey.
I mean, it sounds like Pittsburgh. And then you went to Ball State.
Chirp.
Which I have been. Where also my former partner Brandon Newman went. You played with Brandon 1 year, so he was in his 5th year. He had just transferred from Notre Dame. And yeah, Brandon claims both. You know, it's his thing.
He picks and chooses.
Yeah, whenever it's convenient.
Right.
But it was fine. I do have the Steelers and the Dolphins, so I'm not judging. But so you were a freshman.
True freshman, yeah.
D tackle. Was he a good mentor? I guess because he's a vet.
Yeah.
At that point.
So when we first met, I was like that annoying freshman, right? So like I'm coming out of high school.
You were still wearing your lanyard?
Still wearing my literally wearing my lanyard, walking around, not knowing any better. And he's like, look, this is my last guaranteed year to play, so I'm trying to get to it. I'm just out here just excited to be here.
Right.
So we had nothing serious, but we had like our little seniors versus freshmen, little trolling going along. But
so he hates you?
To some degree. Like I would say, it was small stuff though, like dissing my shoes I had on. Like I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. Okay. I'm gonna tell you a story. So I didn't know any better, right? So I'm not a sneakerhead. I know you're a sneakerhead. You have like all the Jordans in the world. Boom, right there, clean.
Well, these aren't Jordans,
but still.
Yeah.
So I went to the mall, picked up some Team Jordans. But I know you made that face, Joy. You made that face. I didn't know any better. They looked clean. They were nice, I thought. So I come in the locker room. I got my butt back on. I'm feeling myself. I'm thinking like, yeah, they're going to see the shoes. They're going to fit. And Brandon sees them. And literally, first thought, he was like, I see you got the new shoes, Darnell. I'm like, yep. And in the back of his head, he's smiling the whole time, knowing that this is not the look, Darnell. But I'm thinking I'm fresh and I'm clean. And the whole like D-line was kind of like in a fun way. Right. Just joking and picking on me. Yeah, they roasted me. They roasted me for sure. So he always picks on me with that. But it was a good time. Brandon's a character.
Yes. Well, yeah, we know, and we're very happy for him. He's at Barstool now, obviously, yes. And he's got a brand new baby boy, Carter. So he's going through it right now. I want to give him a couple days. I texted him like when he was in the hospital, and then after the baby, and then I was like, okay, let me just give you a couple days. Yeah. It's a lot. A newborn is a lot, but
imagine.
And he's a
You see his hands and feet? That's the D lineman in the making right there.
Yeah,
you got an athlete in the making.
That's an athlete for sure. Okay, so you are on Speak for Yourself.
Yes.
What was your question of the day today?
It was LeBron's age. So Marcellus yesterday went on a whole big rant about LeBron's age shouldn't be a factor in the
should
not be a factor in the MVP race between him and Giannis. So I just want to ask the rest of the guys, do they agree with that? In my opinion, it shouldn't, but it definitely is. I mean, it's hard not to see this guy who's 35 years old playing at this level. We've never seen it before. So just in your subconsciously, even if you say it's not a factor, it's a factor.
No, I think I'm 100% with you.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be a factor. Like, how he's playing is just how great he is.
Right.
But we're humans. Like, we can't separate things that we already know. Like,
Right.
it's just how we are. We may say like, oh, we're not biased, but we are. We know
Right.
how great it is that he's playing at this level at this age. But I think he's the MVP. I think obviously Giannis had an incredible year. But here's the thing with MVP. Every year the narrative changes. What the MVP is changes. The criteria for winning the MVP changes. Sometimes it's analytics. Sometimes it's the best team, best player on the best team. Sometimes it's the best story. Sometimes it's, oh, this person's going on a historic run with Russell Westbrook.
Right.
And all deserved, but you can make an argument for either way for all of them over the past couple years. So to me, he's not only on the best team in the West, which we used to hold against him when he was in the East.
Right.
So
Now
Giannis
he's in
got
a
the
better
best record in the East. That mattered when LeBron was there. So now all of a sudden it doesn't. And he's playing incredible. And they have the better story.
And they just played each other this past Friday. I was at the game. And
How was it?
It was an amazing game. Amazing atmosphere. It was loud. Went out to the wire. But watching that fourth quarter, and I love Giannis, but he struggles to score in the half court. When you put that, you got those trees in there, AD, JaVale McGee. I mean, the Lakers are huge. And you get in that half-court situation, Giannis is just limited offensively. And like I said, it might be short-term or recency, memory or biases, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, watching that, it's like, man, it's hard for me to pick you over LeBron, who's over here making plays, getting to the basket, doing whatever he wants against the Bucks.
Yeah, that's how it feels like LeBron is playing right now. He's doing whatever he wants.
Yeah.
It kind of started, I feel like, when with the Zion game. I feel like since the Zion game, it's been this like constant, okay, LeBron is just doing it on another level. He's back to looking like LeBron. Like, he didn't look like this last year. The Lakers didn't look like this last year. I think he's the MVP.
I'm with you.
Okay, so the other big conversation that's going on right now, aside from LeBron being MVP, is Tom Brady.
Yep.
We're on Tom Brady watch. What do you think he does? And then, okay, what do you think he does, first of all?
I think he definitely leaves New England because
I do too.
In my opinion, if he was going to stay, a deal would have been done. This guy's been your guy for 20 years basically,
Right.
and it's like at this point, something would have been done. Where I think he's going to land, either the LA Chargers or the Las Vegas Raiders.
What would you prefer?
I would prefer personally the Chargers. I think it just makes more sense for him. The Raiders is still kind of shaky there. The Chargers have a good system to play. I mean, they just re-signed Eckler in the backfield. You got Mike Williams, a receiver. You got a solid defense with Joey Bosa over there, Ingram. I mean, they have a core team in the same place to where you get a quarterback who can just make the plays, and they might make a deep playoff run. So I think the Chargers make the most sense.
I think the Chargers make the most sense. I think the Raiders are the most fun. So there's been a lot of first of all, I think San Francisco is completely off the table. I get everyone is freaking out about Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, he's not the guy. Like,
went to the Super Bowl.
Shut up.
He missed one major throw, and now we're over here.
I mean, listen, it was a big throw, but
still,
there's no guarantee Tom Brady's even standing to make that throw.
Thank you.
Like, everybody just calm down. They do the same thing with Jared Goff. Like, just relax. All right, 1 or 2 plays, and I get it. Like, that's the difference between champions and not. But it doesn't mean their entire season was a wash.
You still have to get there.
Right. Like,
First
just
of all.
calm down. This is freaking out. That's such a mistake. That Bill Belichick is praying that the Niners do that.
Yes.
Every day he gets in front of his Emperor
whatever.
Palpatine shrine or whatever he's got going on in his house, lights his sage, and then he just like prays that happens. It's not going to happen. So just forget it. Like, and it's a mistake anyway. Jimmy Garoppolo is not bad. All right, just relax. A year ago, you couldn't stop telling me how Jimmy Garoppolo was the next Tom Brady. Now all of a sudden, you actually want Tom Brady. Sorry.
I never seen someone go to the Super Bowl and get punished for it. Come on now.
Yeah, it's what happened to Goff.
Makes no
Now
sense.
listen, Goff was terrible in the Super Bowl. Like the Rams were awful.
Right,
I get
right.
it. That was the most boring Super Bowl of all time. But he's not a bad quarterback because they lost the Super Bowl. He still had to get to the Super Bowl.
Facts.
Anyway, point is, I love the NWO heel turn Tom Brady idea.
Yeah.
First of all, I have this theory that there's two Tom Bradys. There's actual Tom Brady and then there's Pod Tom. Okay.
Break them
So
down.
have you ever watched Black Mirror?
Yes.
You know the episode where she like orders the pod person that she like injects the like computer brain at like her fiance died.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So I believe that software exists and they've created a Pod Tom. All right. So Giselle has like this Pod Tom. You've seen him at like the Met Gala. He's very bronze. He just kind of
Yeah.
smiles with like a
Got
just
a
like
robotic kind of.
yes. That's Pod Tom because real Tom doesn't have time for the Met Gala. Anyway, the point is Pod Tom will not be going to the Las Vegas Raiders. Real Tom's going to the Las Vegas Raiders. And I love the idea of him going there. It's like a rebel brand. It's Vegas. Yeah. It's going to be so controversial. Everyone's going to question it. You got Gruden. And they have some offensive weapons.
They do.
Now their defense, but like they have some offensive weapons. But the thing about it is, which is I can't get to the bottom of in my brain, is Tom Brady is a champion and he wants to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
And if he leaves New England's, which we kind of all feel is probably the best place for him to be if he really wants to get back to a Super Bowl, if he's going to go to the Chargers or the Raiders, like, you got to go against Mahomes.
That's true, but if you're the GOAT, you can't be scared of Mahomes.
No, you can't be scared of him, but like, I don't know that. Like, it's still Mahomes.
I
like,
feel you.
Stupid.
He's like, I'm Brady though. I got six of them
I feel
things.
you, but you ain't that thing. Like, we got to be serious right now. Like, you got to be strategic. So both those teams being in that division is
That's
just
true.
kind of weird, you know. But I don't know. Honestly, I'm just enjoying it. I don't think he knows what he wants to do yet. Like I think what Charlie Weiss said the other day about nobody knows. I think he's right because I don't think that Brady knows what he wants to do yet.
He doesn't know.
But I'm with you. I think all this talk has just gotten to the point where it's like, why would he stay if he's going to go through?
Yeah,
all
I
this?
think I'd be shocked if he stayed. At
Me
this
too.
Point,
I mean, I'll be shocked and I'll be low key disappointed.
Really?
Yeah. Because,
I'm a Colts fan, so I'm glad. Get him out of there. He's been in my way forever.
Yeah, I'm a Dolphins fan. Like,
Yeah,
and Steelers. I'm like, bye.
Get him out of there.
But still, I want to see something. If we're dealing with all this, like,
Right.
I want to see. I'm intrigued. If he stays with the Patriots, it's like, all right,
Waste of time.
all right, y'all not winning another Super Bowl, not with this squad. Like,
Right.
that was a conversation all year. What about Dak?
Woo, Dak is trying to get that money, and I'm right there with him. He should get every dollar he can
I
possibly
gotta
get
find
right
something
now.
we disagree on.
Oh man, well listen. So it's two sides to it. So from a player perspective, yes, get all the money you can. There's something that I heard from. I think Marcellus taught me. When you leave the game, you leave with two things: money and memories. He has memories. You need to get that money.
Yep.
But from the Cowboys' perspective, from Jerry Jones' perspective, is Dak Prescott, his skill set, is it worth being the highest paid quarterback in the league?
Okay, but here's the thing about the highest paid to me. You're not going to be the highest paid for long. You're going to be the highest paid until
That's
Patrick
true.
Mahomes gets paid, and then whoever the next guy up is that gets paid. And I understand, like, there's this notion that he's not good enough, and it's going to be a bad contract, and the Cowboys are going to be tied up with all this money.
Right.
But my thing, if I'm Dak, is like, one, I've done the winning. Okay, because if you're comparing it to Goff, like Goff went to a Super Bowl, but everyone feels like this is a bad contract. So, all right, so is it a bad contract, or are you trying to get the Super Bowl, or what? Carson Wentz is injured all the time. I don't care about how skilled he is. You have to be out there to actually be skilled.
Right.
So, like,
Availability
it's
is
cool, it's
availability.
cute, but like, there's some injury conversations there to be had. So, whatever you're looking at, the comps of those deals are, like, there's wiggle room with all that. Like, you can make exceptions for any of these guys. He's done the winning enough that you can be on that same level, right? And they're in his class. You had me on a 4th round rookie contract every year I've been playing, and y'all have not put together a Super Bowl squad. So have you been winning in spite of me? Because I feel like y'all been winning a little bit because of me.
There's an argument there that they put together a Super Bowl squad, though. You got arguably the best O-line in the league.
So then
you got Ezekiel
you're
behind
saying you didn't win because of him. So if that's the case, then you shouldn't want him at all.
But
because you had the money. He wasn't making nothing.
what's the option, though? I feel like the Cowboys are stuck.
I feel like they're stuck too.
So
but
you
I'm saying
gotta
you could
pay
be
him.
stuck with worse. Like, listen, here's the thing. All right, look, I love watching Cowboys games. They're thrilling. Okay, Jerry Jones, wonderful, great content. All right, we love content.
Yeah.
Love it. Cowboys are not a Super Bowl organization. Okay, they're just not. Yeah, I understand they've won Super Bowls, but we're not really talking about the Cowboys as a Super Bowl contender. I know I did last year because I was, listen, company guy, right? We need the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, all right? But let's be serious. Cowboys making it to the Super Bowl next year?
Nah, facts. I guess that's true. So you're saying?
I'm saying I think Cowboys fans have this idea that they are just always like one piece away from the Super Bowl, but it's so much bigger than that. So now, I like Mike McCarthy. I think that was a great move for them. I'd like to see Dak with Mike. And I know everyone's like very critical of Mike, but I think it was just a fallout, like a relationship, and he lost the PR war against Aaron Rodgers. Right. He's not a bad coach. He's a great coach. He won a Super Bowl. So not a lot of those floating around.
So what you're saying, let me make sure I got this clear. Jerry Jones should know, hey, I'm going to be real. We're not going to Super Bowl next year. So if that's the case, what I might as well go ahead and just pay for worse, or just let that go and get somebody that's worse.
What's your option? What's your other option? Who?
Brady. Is that possible? Is it possible the Cowboys could get Tom Brady?
I mean, that's out there. That's out there. It's a possibility.
Possible.
Of course. I mean, that would shake up the world.
It would shake up the world.
But none of us think that's actually happening. So let's say that's not on the table.
I guess you're right. I guess you got to.
I mean, there are some free agents out there, but anyone that you think is better than Dak, that's as young as Dak, that's as reliable physically as Dak, that knows the system, knows the building, that's proven that he can be the face of your franchise, that can say all the right things at the mic. Like, there's a lot of factors in here that you're paying for.
That's true. It's just like I said, the Cowboys stuck. I mean, I get they have to pay him at this point. They have to pay him.
I don't see what the other options are. Like, all this sounds really cute, but like, what's your option? It's kind of the same with the Patriots. Like, all right. What are you gonna do if you're gonna bring in Andy Dalton? That's a real conversation. You're gonna bring in Andy Dalton to be the replacement for Tom Brady.
Belichick is cocky though. He feels like, listen, I took a 6th rounder and got 6 rings. I could take Andy Dalton and get at least one.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it, but he believes it.
I want to see it. I low-key want to see it. I low-key want to see Andy Dalton.
Imagine if he did it though. Like how much more respect would you have for Belichick? Or would you lose some points for Brady?
There's no coach greater in the history of planet Earth if he can get Andy Dalton to win a Super Bowl. Period. That's ever lived in any sport. So, and that's no diss to Andy Dalton, but come on.
Would Brady still be the GOAT to you, though? Like, because that would kind of water my thought down a little bit.
I would still think he's the GOAT, but I would say I would give Belichick a little bit more credit for that dynasty if that's how it plays out.
Right.
So who do you think is going to, make it to the finals, Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals? Who's going to be in the NBA championship?
I got the Lakers from the West, and I got the Celtics from the East. I don't trust. Again, I like Giannis. I feel so bad talking about. I watched him too many times, and probably even last year's playoffs. I just feel like when they put that wall up on defense in the playoffs, what is he going to do offensively to score? Am I supposed to count on Chris Middleton to be that guy, to be clutch? I can't. And the Celtics have they look pretty good this year. I mean, they're flowing. Jason Tatum has been balling out of his mind. And then as far as the West, listen, I'm a little biased. I am a Lakers fan. I'm from Indianapolis, but I've always grew up a Lakers fan because I love Kobe. Right. So make that clear. So I'm a little biased, but even watching them play against the Clippers this past Sunday, they just look good. Like you said, LeBron's doing what he wants right now. We just picked up Dion Waiters. I'm excited to see how that aspect comes off the bench. I mean, Celtics and Lakers.
I'm with you on the Celtics. I do not trust the Bucks. I don't know what it is. Yeah. I don't know. I can't figure it. I know they win a lot of games, but it's I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just something.
I feel bad too. Giannis is a good guy.
I know.
He works hard.
I don't think he's there next year.
Warriors? That's what I'm hearing about.
I mean, Warriors. He threw the. There's a lot of things that could happen. Okay, the Heat would be in that conversation too. They're
of course, you're gonna say that.
I'm saying, but no, actually, I think it's the Warriors. But anyway, the point is, I don't trust. I don't trust the Bucks. Not that I don't trust Giannis. I don't trust the Bucks as a whole. I agree with you on the Celtics. But I got to go with the Clippers.
Joy.
And listen, I'm with you. I mean, I would not be surprised if it's the Lakers, okay? But just because of the way that they're playing. Right. But I just think the Clippers are built for the postseason. And, I'm just like, Kawhi is a different dude in the postseason.
Hold on. So, Kawhi or LeBron? Just answer that question real quick. You even got to think about it, Joy. Just answer it. What does your gut say? Joy Taylor. If I knew your middle name, I'd say your full name right now.
It's Allison. In what scenario? Like
playoffs.
For the regular season?
Playoffs.
Okay, playoffs, like 7-game series.
7-game series. Getting to the finals. Joy Allison Taylor.
I think I'm going with Kawhi. I think I have to. I just can't ignore what happened last year. I can't. I know. And I think LeBron is the MVP, and he's playing at like such a high level, but like I don't know. Kawhi is just different.
He's different, but let's keep it all the way 1,000, not even 100, 1,000. Do the Raptors win the finals last year if KD doesn't go down? If Clay doesn't go down? Talk to me, Joy. No. So he got the ring. I give him a few claps, but at the end of the day, I don't put a lot of weight on that.
You could play that game with so many situations. Like, do the Cavs win? Do the Cavs come back down 3-1 if LeBron doesn't complain and get Draymond Green suspended?
I feel you.
No. So like, yes, there's things that happen. The point is they won the championship and they won it because of Kawhi. He put the whole country on his back and won Canada a championship.
At the end of the day, when it comes to the playoffs, look, the Clippers are deeper on paper. I'll give them that.
Right.
But it comes to the playoffs, it's all about the stars. And I'm taking LeBron James and Anthony Davis over Kawhi Leonard and playoff P all day, any day. Last time we saw Paul George in the playoffs, Dame Lillard was making a game winner in his face.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on,
whatever.
Joy.
I just hope we get the series though.
Oh yeah.
That's all.
First
Like
of all.
we need and deserve that Western Conference Finals. But it's fun to be in LA and deal with Clippers and Lakers.
I came here right on time. I love it.
You did, because I'm obviously a Heat fan, but I live in LA now, so I'm gonna see the teams a little love.
Yeah.
But oh man, like it's so tense between Lakers and Clippers fans now, because Clippers fans are done being little bro.
They
They're
finally
yeah.
I've been in that weight room, man.
They're like you with Brandon, like a little freshman, like
exactly.
Coming in, you're all spry,
Yep.
You got your lanyard. They got their lanyard on.
Hey, Brandon.
With your Team J's.
Yeah. I should have told you.
No, but it is though. It's fun though. It's been like a fun experience. Cause like sometimes I'll get like I don't really like to talk in Ubers and stuff, but like somebody will say something, start talking like we're into a Clippers fan or a Lakers fan. They're like they're so dismissive of Clippers fans. It's like no.
We're not even on.
Nobody takes that seriously, right? Like Kawhi's not even good. Like okay.
Now you're gonna lose to him.
You're like a little too far.
I feel you,
like
but
Finals MVP. Just relax a little bit. Okay, so tell us a little bit about SFY Next.
Yep.
So who's on it? Where can people catch it? If you want to get a little bit more of Darnell.
Definitely, yeah. So SFY Next is kind of like a sublet of the Speak for Yourself full brand. So what we typically do is it's me, Shayna Calandro, and Nina Davis, all part of the Speak for Yourself show. Huge shout out to y'all. So basically what we do is we take topics from the actual show, Speak for Yourself, and we give a millennial spin on it. Kind of give our takes, how we feel about the take. Because like I said, Speak for Yourself, we're locking those guys a little older, which is fine, a little older. So their takes and views are a little different than, us millennials.
Right.
So it's a chance for us to go out there, be ourselves, show my personality. I'm loud. I like to be fun. Nina's real competitive, got that basketball background. And then Shay, she'll get right at you too. So it's a fun way for us to kind of build our brand and just get more reps in doing this.
Yeah, Nina and Shay are both awesome.
Yes.
And so they can check it out where?
Yeah, so SFY YouTube channel and all social media pages as well. SFY Twitter and then our Instagram page, SFY on FS1.
And where can everyone follow you?
You can follow me at Darnell_Smith95 on Twitter or Instagram. Darnell_Smith95. I know it's long.
Sounds like you're giving out a phone number on an infomercial.
I gotta be specific. I'm a Smith, so I can't say this Darnell or whatever. Like, I gotta put the number thing.
No,
in.
actually, a lot more people than I thought have my name, which was like kind of like when I went to get my name, I'm like, definitely.
Right.
Like I had to like make up my own. That's why it's Joy Taylor Talks. It was like I was not into underscores at the time.
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of off of it now, but I don't know what to do.
I mean, a lot of people have underscores now. It's not as dramatic, I think, as like when you first signed up.
I don't like it though, but
I know. As
I don't
long as
have
you just
any
want to have a
options.
name,
Yeah,
I know.
just boom.
I'm with you. I know. But make sure you follow Darnell_Smith95. Check him out on Speak for Yourself every day and SFY Next. Thank you so much for dropping by, coming on with us. We'll have you on again for sure.
Thank you.
And good luck to your Lakers.
Appreciate it. Good
I
luck
didn't
to
ask you, who's your NFL team?
Colts.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Come
Yeah,
on
you're from
now.
Indy, yeah.
Andrew Luck cut out on us.
Oh, I know. Was that traumatic for you?
Oh my God, I was shocked.
Well, we
give
were
us a
all shocked.
warning
But
or
were you like
nothing.
legitimately heartbroken?
I was sad for a couple of days. I wasn't really talking that much. I was just, I was to myself. People were asking me, "What's wrong with you, Darnell?" I was just leave me alone.
I need a few minutes. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
With it or quit it. With it, quit it.
What?
With it.
We about to turn up in this bitch.
All right, Donnie, what am I winning or quitting today?
Long live the king. At 35 years old, LeBron James is showing zero signs of slowing down. After a weekend of beating the Bucks, the Clippers, and making Blue Ivy blush joy, LeBron James has solidified himself as the MVP. With it or quit it.
With it, I felt like LeBron had a huge groundswell before this weekend. It felt like these two games are really going to determine whether this LeBron MVP conversation is legit or it's just people being, kind
Caught
of
up in the moment.
caught in the moment of what LeBron and the Lakers are doing right now. But big win over the Bucks. LeBron was tremendous. And the Clippers win, although the Clippers beat them twice already this season, it kind of felt like this one sort of, in a weird way, evened them out. Like they're going to play again at the end of the season, but probably nobody's going to be in that game. Like it's the last week of the season. I think it's a back for the Lakers, I think.
So that's the load management game. For
Yeah,
sure.
so there's nobody's going to be playing that game.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to have their spots locked up. No one's going to be in that game. So this felt like the last game. And it delivered. It was a great game. Both of them were great games. But the Clippers one especially, more so than Giannis, who's everyone's talking about being the MVP. The Clippers one was like, okay, this is really the game, right? Because this is, even though we're expecting to see Giannis in the finals, this is the Western Conference Finals. In a weird way, the Western Conference Finals feel bigger than the finals this year because we're expecting it to be Lakers and Clippers, which would be tremendous. If it's not that, wow, we're going to be
disappointed.
So sad. but it lived up to the hype, and LeBron was incredible. And also, I think that the Giannis injury is going to play a role in this as well. Giannis missed the last 2 games.
Yeah.
He may miss Thursday night too. We don't know. It was the best case scenario for the Bucks, the type of injury, which is like a mild knee sprain, other than just there being nothing wrong. But overall, I just felt like LeBron showed that he actually deserves the MVP. Look, it's the regular season MVP. The narrative behind it changes every single year. One year it's, look at the improvement that this team had from last year to this year.
Yeah.
Then the next year, that doesn't matter. It's all about statistics. And then the next year, it's about, this guy set an all-time record in triple doubles. And then it doesn't matter what the record for the team is. And then the next year, it's like, this is the number one team and the number one player. Nobody knows.
We like storylines. We're mixing it up.
Right. We have no definition of what the MVP is. And then every year we talk about how we have no definition of the MVP. So that's just what the MVP has become, which I'm fine with. But this year, not only is LeBron playing the best, like, let's be serious, Giannis is incredible. And it's not to take away from the season that he's had. He's had an MVP level season. But LeBron is better than Giannis still.
It's like, go with your gut. He feels like the MVP.
He feels like the MVP. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
He has the storylines.
Yep.
He has the team. He has the record. I understand that Giannis has the best record in the league, but it's also the East, which you need to consider because we always considered that when LeBron was in the East.
So keep the same energy.
Yeah, keep that same energy. He feel you said it perfectly. He feels like the MVP. He is the MVP, and I think if Giannis ends up missing a couple more games, it's just going to continue with that momentum.
Yeah.
I know some writers or voters are kind of dug in, like, no, it's just Giannis is not MVP. I know you like LeBron, but I think it's actually going to change. It's going to be more of a split vote. Obviously, you're not going to get a unanimous MVP this year, but I think LeBron will end up winning it, and I think he deserves it. All right, what's next?
Do a quick Google search of Tom Brady. Right next to the creepy headshots, you'll find news story after news story predicting his landing spots. But via text to Charlie Weiss, Brady Jon Snowed the media with a "you know nothing." Joy. Not knowing is part of the fun of speculation. With it or quit it.
With it. None of us know anything. Oh, God, what a great episode that was. When she, what a bar.
Dropping bars.
Bars.
That last.
She always had bars, too.
Yeah.
Man, there was a premature death
Yeah,
We
for
needed
sure.
more of Ygritte.
Like a couple more.
And then they ended up
seasons.
getting married.
Yeah, that's right.
So that made that like I feel like sometimes when stars in shows or movies end up getting married, it kind of legitimizes like the movie or the roles that they had
For
even
sure.
more because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that was really authentic.
Kind of makes you want to rewatch and see the love blossom
yeah,
on camera.
it's like
yeah.
that. We're watching this relationship happen. Like,
real.
and then sometimes they have sex scenes. And that makes it extra weird.
Man, yeah.
But anyway,
Tom Brady.
yeah, Tom Brady. He allegedly, I have no reason to doubt what Charlie Weiss is saying, allegedly told him that nobody knows anything. So if Brady's not lying to him and he's not lying to us, which whatever, let's play that game. He doesn't know anything, then that means that nobody knows anything. And that's the actual point. Nobody knows anything because Tom Brady doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
He hasn't made a decision yet. So how can anybody know what he's doing if he doesn't know what he's doing? And I tend to believe that more than everything else that's going on because we always hear about this when it comes to these big free agency things. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, like anytime anyone makes some big move, we never find out about it until it happens.
Yeah.
And then you're like, Paul George, like people don't know what these deals are being made behind the scenes. And sometimes they don't even make their decision until the very last second.
Exactly.
So how could anybody know about it? We know that that's what LeBron did. He didn't for multiple decisions. He did not make it until the last hour. So everybody was speculating. I love when someone's like, 50% chance he leaves.
Just throw a
Like,
number
so
out
he
there.
leaves or he stays. Great. Like, what are you talking? That's not a prediction. That's
Yeah.
you're saying everything we already know.
Yeah.
We already know he leaves or stays. 50% he leaves, 50% he stays. That literally means he's either staying or going, which we already know.
Those
like,
are facts.
you're gonna have to sway that percentage at least 1%.
Yeah,
All right, like
yeah.
otherwise you're just saying noise out of your face.
The sky's blue, grass is green.
Right. It means
This is
nothing.
blue.
It's blue. Okay. It means nothing. He doesn't know what he's doing yet, which is totally fine. Now he did drop an itty bitty little breadcrumb with this $199 production company
Yeah.
thingamajig. That's interesting timing.
That is true.
You didn't have to announce that right now.
Very true.
Now that could be some more leverage. There's a little more push in the Patriots' direction. Like, just so you know, I do have this little thingy thing going on.
Prospects out
And,
west.
Yeah, the Chargers happen to play in the city where a lot of those thingy things are going on. So it's interesting timing with that. I love playing the free agency game. I love following the breadcrumbs. I love all the drama. I love the likes on Instagram, meaning this, and follow that person, unfollow, post this picture. It's all a thrill for me because you don't know what's happening, and neither do I. And if you're out here talking about 50%, save your breath because you're not telling me anything I don't know. I know he's either going to leave or stay. That's why we're having this conversation. Now, if you want to hit me with a 51, I'm intrigued.
That's more spicy.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, that means something. Like,
Yeah.
I personally, I don't want to put a percentage on it, but I feel like more and more, I feel like he's leaving. Mainly because I don't see why you go through this level of drama and all these like speculations and allowing all this to go on if he was just going to stay. Like, to me, if I'm Tom Brady after this kind of legacy and this kind of career, if I'm going to leave, I'm just going to say like, okay, this is what I want from New England. If they're not willing to do that, I'm going to be kind of public with what I'm interested in.
Right.
Or if I'm really trying to stay, I'm going to be public about that too. Like, look, like I think I've earned the right to demand this and just put
Be
the Patriots
upfront
on the
about it.
clock. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think he kind of, he doesn't owe anybody anything. I don't want to say owe, but that's just how I would handle it. Like, I wouldn't do a NBA LeBron James style free agency, which is kind of what this has become.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
and he can handle it however he wants to. He's Tom Brady, but that's why more and more I feel like he's leaving, because otherwise, why put Patriots fans through all this?
Just to come back home. That'd be so weird. Yeah.
It feels weird. So
Yeah.
that's why I think he's leaving.
Yeah.
Hear ye, hear ye. Patrick Beverley is petty. So he was asked about guarding LeBron and what it was like to go up against him defensively, and he said it was no challenge. And then he was asked again, and he said it's not hard at all. And then he was asked again, and he said no challenge. So he's basically saying it's not very hard to guard LeBron James. Now, we know Patrick Beverley is a dog. We know how he is on defense. He's the heart and soul of the Clippers, and I love his energy. I love watching him play, and this is all good stuff. Like, this is all selling the fight leading up to the Western Conference Finals, Clippers versus Lakers. Do I really think he believes there's no challenge in guarding LeBron James? No, none of us do. But it sounds great. It's only going to be banter that's going to provide so much content leading up to that series, which again, we're just praying and hoping that we get. But I also think this lends to like the whole conversation about Clippers and Lakers in LA being here. There is a growing like tension and rivalry. That game on Sunday had playoff like game 7 feel to it. Everyone's playing and LeBron's climbing on the floor after loose balls. It was amazing, and I can't wait to see both of these teams in the postseason, and hopefully if they match up, it's just going to be a set, like, I mean, ideally, obviously we want 7 games in all of these series, but a 7-game series of just the highest level competition, talking, petty shit. It's just going to be wonderful. Like, this is going to be on shirts, no challenge at all. I love all of it. I have no problem with him saying it. I don't believe it, but I love that he said it. And it's all the Clippers energy this year. Like, we ain't worried about the Lakers. We're not the little brother anymore. It's just perfect. And Pat Beverley is just, he's awesome. He's so fun to watch. All right, high key, low key, what's going on?
High key, the Cowboys offered Dak Prescott $33 million a year. Low key, just pay the man what he is worth.
I can't, of all the things I can't wait to be over and done with, this Dak Prescott contract situation,
Yeah.
I've officially become exhausted with it.
It feels like it's been a year. Has it been a year?
It's been it's been a
few
year.
years?
It's
Yeah.
been a year because they did not give him an extension.
Yeah.
So he's playing out his contract.
Yep.
And yeah, unfortunately that did not work out for Jason Garrett. And it's looking like this could get weird with Dak Prescott too. So they might franchise tag him. The deadline has been moved until Monday because of all this CBA nonsense, which is so inside football and just like gives me a headache. I don't know what's going on. Franchise tag, transition tag,
like lawyer talk.
CBA. Like, just let me know what the rules are and let's move forward. Which I honestly think we're headed for a lockout. Which
Don't say it, please. No.
yeah, I mean, I think it's happening. I really do. Which will be just so devastating.
Yeah.
I read something the other day that like if they do go for a lockout, that they'd bring in replacement players like they did before.
Yeah.
And honestly, I low key like I know it'll be so hard because I know we're not supposed to talk about lockout stuff right now, but it's what we're doing. We're going off the rails today. Really quickly. The idea that the NFL would have the audacity to do that, like the owners think that, like, I'm not watching replacement players. I do this for a living.
Yeah.
We're not gonna really do that, right?
It's bold. Yeah.
I mean, it's bold, but it's not gonna work. Like, it's just not. We're crazy about football, but there's no way you're going to maintain casual fans.
The XFL players are going to be exhausted by that time. They're
Okay.
gonna need a break.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be XFL players, of course.
yeah.
But, like, there's not enough of the XFL players, first of all.
Yeah.
So you're going to get past XFL players. So listen,
Exactly.
it's been great football, but past XFL players into, like,
That's
AAF
digging
players into, it's going to be wild. And it's just, if they're strong enough, I do think that they can win. I'm on your side, guys, but put some money away.
We can do it.
Anyway, the point is CBA talk. Dak Prescott just needs to get paid. I understand that people don't think he deserves a certain amount, and they're trying to negotiate if they're going to give him a less amount of guaranteed money, that he takes less years. So if he takes the 105 guaranteed, which, look, it sounds like a lot to us. I would love $105 million guaranteed.
Yeah,
Cool.
that'd be awesome.
Where do I sign up? What do I got to do? I don't think there's a whole lot on earth I wouldn't do for $105 million. But Dak has earned more than that. So if he's going to take less guaranteed money, then he needs more years. Like that's or less years so he can renegotiate again. Yeah. It's just I just don't buy into the idea that Dak Prescott is not worth that. Like, you are worth what the market dictates. And it's exhausting for everyone to continue saying that he's not worth it. Like, what's the alternative?
Yeah.
Who are you bringing in? What's the plan? What's the plan? You cannot afford to not have a franchise quarterback. Dak Prescott has had no problems, no issues running the Dallas Cowboys, the biggest brand in all of sports. No off the field situation, some minor squirt gun situation with Zeke, with whatever.
It's minor.
Okay?
Yeah.
All things considering, he's been an incredible leader,
Perfect
an
face of
incredible
the franchise.
representation of your franchise. And he's won. And if you're comparing this to like Jared Goff's contract or Carson Wentz's contract, I'm sorry, I don't know. Like, Carson Wentz finished the season great last year. Like, kudos, whatever. I don't know what Carson Wentz is. Like, Carson Wentz, oh, he almost won MVP. Yeah, but he didn't win MVP, and he has been injured. Dak Prescott hasn't. And availability is a skill. It's something you have to consider. It's why we all have questions about Tua. No, you can't get anything done if you're not on the field. It matters. So I understand you feel like Dak Prescott is limited, but can we get him a year with Mike McCarthy? Like,
Yeah.
Can we just pay him and calm down and keep a stable franchise? And this conversation that like, oh, like, you know, he shouldn't care about the fact that he hasn't been paid yet. Huh? Like, because he made some endorsement deals. Everybody has endorsement deals. You don't have to be the Dallas Cowboys quarterback to get endorsement deals. Now, moving forward in the future, when he retires, he'll be able to make money because he's a Dallas Cowboys quarterback.
Right.
But we're not worried about that right now. We don't know what's going to happen. Dak Prescott absolutely deserves to use all the leverage that he has, and he deserves to get paid. And for that matter, Jared Goff's contract is not a bad contract. They went to the Super Bowl.
Yes. Took him through the playoffs.
Like they went to the Super Bowl. That's a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
A lot of players never do that in their career. So he's absolutely
Most.
worth that money. It's not a bad contract. We're freaking out. One bad year with the Rams. Now all of a sudden it was a complete waste of money to pay Jared Goff. Like, calm down. One off year, Sean McVay is not the genius that we thought he was. Like, it's just it's overreaction Monday for a straight year, and I'm like ready for them to just pay him already. Okay, what's next?
High key, Durant and Kyrie are right. Low key, Brooklyn will be a problem next year.
Yeah, so they fired their head coach over the weekend, did the Brooklyn Nets, Kenny Atkinson, and there was a conversation apparently that happened within the team that they were unhappy with some of the lineup situations, namely DeAndre Jordan. And then Kevin Durant chimed in allegedly and said like they're not building a championship organization.
Culture.
They don't have a culture there that's a championship culture. And it is kind of strange because Brooklyn was a really fun team last year that we all felt pretty good about. And then the addition of Kyrie and KD really felt like, okay, like Brooklyn was a decent culture, like fun team. Felt like they were building something. Add two of the biggest stars in the league, like now we really have a contender. Obviously, we know what happened with KD. He's not going to play this year, and then Kyrie gets injured. He's not finishing out the year.
Yeah,
they're not. I don't really feel like they underachieved because I didn't have any expectations for them this year anyway.
Exactly.
They don't have KD, so what am I really evaluating? Nothing. They just need to be a stable organization. Obviously, be in the playoffs, but they don't need to accomplish anything. They don't have Kevin Durant.
Right.
That's going to be a pretty big difference maker next year.
he's a big piece.
He's a solid, right?
Yeah.
And the idea that he's going to come back and not be Kevin Durant to me is just a little okay. Like okay, think that. I'm not going to be. I'm not. I
dare
can't.
you.
I'm pretty sure KD's going to come back exactly the way he was before.
Yeah.
And he's not.
He's going to be wearing a new jersey.
Right. He's not 45
New
years
colors.
old. He's going to be fine. But I'm okay with them moving off of the coach if the locker room is out on them. And I'm okay with the locker room being out on them because this is not just an average locker room. I know everyone calls Kyrie like coach killer and people are on KD because of the burner and, you know, he's just moving teams and whatever. They've both won championships. So I'm going to lean to what KD and Kyrie say. They've been in a locker room that's won a championship. They've seen what it takes to be excellence, the culture that it takes, the community, the chemistry, the leadership from the coach it takes to win championships. So in a normal situation where it's just a random star and this happens, maybe I could be like, okay, like let's not just fire the coach out of panic.
Yeah.
It's Kyrie and KD. They're champions. They may know a thing or two about winning. So while from the outside it might seem dysfunctional, if they're saying this ain't right, then it's not right. And Atkinson really felt like he lost the locker room too and kind of just wanted to get out of there before the end of the season. I'm cool with this move. Like normally I'm like firing the coach mid-season, panicking. I don't like it. But if they're all out on him, they next year are going to have pressure on them. When they're both back healthy, this is going to be a team that we have expectations of in the East. They should win the East next year.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I think they will. There's not going to be a team that we just ignore or not paying attention to. KD, Kyrie back with the Nets, and they're going to get a coach. They're going to get a legit coach. I think they're going to get Ty Lue.
That'd be dope.
Which would be dope, but that's a lot of pressure. So
Yeah.
for them to say, like, this is not the way we need to be building things, I'm cool with it. Loser power rankings. These are the losers of the week. All right, what's some losers this week?
The Rams' new leaked logo.
Oh,
Fans are not liking it at all.
so trash.
I don't hate it as much as the internet's, especially if this is a secondary logo, which is kind of what I'm feeling.
Okay,
like
so
it
yeah,
is.
it's we had Charles Robinson on from Yahoo Sports on The Herd today, and he was the one who validated that this was in fact authentic.
Okay.
But he also said that this is a logo variation, so it's not the main new logo.
Awesome. That's good.
Also, fans freak out anytime anyone changes a logo or a color or anything.
They don't like change.
People don't like change. And then eventually you get used to it and then you love it. I remember when the Dolphins logo changed, everyone freaked out.
Yeah,
they were freaking out.
They took the helmet off of the Dolphin.
How's the Dolphin going to play football without his helmet?
It's not safe.
People were freaking out. When they changed the Marlins logo, oh my God. And the old Marlins logo was not good. Like it was so old looking. And like now the throwbacks are dope, but like the new logo is way better. So look, I don't feel that way about this logo. Yes, this is how I feel about it. Yeah, yes. It's not good. It looks like a logo that should be on a bus. Like this is the city bus logo. And it looks like it's merged, like the Chargers and the Rams have merged teams. Like this is a lightning bolt
horn.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, I understand why people are freaking out. It's not a good logo.
I can't wait to see the jerseys.
So allegedly the jerseys are great.
Yeah.
And again, this is a secondary logo, so there's going to be other logos available, so you don't have to buy the lame logo.
That was mean.
But it's not mean. People are allowed to have opinions about it. It's a logo. It's not a person. Like, I know somebody made this, but I'm sure they made other options that they can switch to. Like, this is not a good logo. It's just fine. It's fine. We all make mistakes. Fix this.
I'm curious if they do fix it, if they're going to listen to the uproar and make some adjustments.
Listen,
or stick with your guns.
I think most, I won't say most. Sometimes companies should very much ignore social media. It's not a good reflection of how most people feel.
Yeah.
In these kind of situations, I kind of feel like they're right. Like, I saw this and was like, ooh, trash. No, not it. Not hitting. That is not smacking at all. So I'm with everybody, and I hope they listen because, yeah, look, like you want to hang on all the fans you got in LA.
Yeah, that's real.
And this is not it. All right, what's next?
The Houston Rockets.
Oh, it's the annual Trash the Rockets segment on the Maybe I'm Crazy podcast.
It's that time of year.
It is, and I'm disappointed about it. I really like the Rockets. I'm a big Russell Westbrook fan. Not such a big fan of D'Antoni, but what do I know? Let's just keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result.
Eventually it'll work.
He has said they have hit rock bottom again. They lost 4 in a row to the Magic, the Knicks, the Hornets, and the Clippers. Clippers are a respectable loss. The other ones are not. 39-24 they are. James Harden is struggling. I don't know. It's Groundhog Day with the Rockets. It's just like, this is what I said. Like, we do this every single year. Yep. They underachieve. They should be championship contenders, not in the conversation, contenders every single year, the talent that they have. And they're just not. So I don't know. I mean, figure it out, please. Please.
Please.
I put my reputation on the line. What's next?
Baseball. All right, let me do that again.
No, don't. I loved it. That's it. It is just baseball. So Barry Bonds has said that he's an MLB exile and it's a death sentence.
Yeah.
He said, I know what I did out there. I know what I accomplished between those lines. It's outside those lines that I would have done some things different. He never actually said that he took steroids. We don't know, but enough with this. Like this, the fact that Barry Bonds is not in the Hall of Fame is, how I feel about it. It's a disgrace to the sport. It's
crazy.
It's really crazy. If you're not going to put Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame, you can't include anyone from the steroid era.
Why have a
just
Hall of
because
Fame?
you haven't officially been caught doesn't mean that you didn't take it. It doesn't mean that you did take it. So just remove the era of steroids from the Hall of Fame and make it fair for everyone. But Barry Bonds is in my opinion, the greatest baseball player ever. Okay, so I don't know how he's not in the Hall of Fame. To me, it just invalidates the entire Hall of Fame. Yeah. Okay, and however you feel about steroids or whatever, like, fine. Okay, I am not as crazy about it because I feel like everyone was taking it and whatever, right? Like, I just don't get that crazy about it.
That's what got me into baseball.
He was awesome. Sammy Sosa,
Yep.
Mark McGwire.
Yep.
All right, we all know everyone did a little bit of cheating, but what they did, as he said, in between the lines is what matters. Everyone was cheating, okay? No one was cheating or everyone was cheating. That's just how it works when you have these kind of scandals. So that's, I feel him, and I don't get the whole like properness of baseball when it comes to this. It's just an endless dredge of a conversation. I know dredge is not a word, right? Is dredge? Dredge. I say dredge like I imagine like sludge, like climbing through sludge.
Yeah.
So it's dredge. I don't think dredge is a word. Can we Google it? I don't think it's a word because I've said it before and it sounds like a word, but maybe I don't think it's the right word.
Hey Siri, is dredge a word?
I can't believe you have.
It means clean out the bed of harbor, river, or other area of water by scooping out mud, weeds, and rubbish with a dredge.
So it's in the dredge. We are in the dredge.
We're in
Okay,
the
we are in
dredge.
this endless dredge. Okay, so I said it right. All right, we are in this endless dredge.
Just have confidence.
Right, to try and like figure out the situation with some of the greatest players that have ever existed, and for that matter, like let Pete Rose in too, man.
It's messed up.
Because baseball players are different than other sports. I'm not saying like basketball players don't love basketball, and I'm not saying football players don't love football or hockey, etc. But baseball players really, really love baseball, like in a way that it is like. Okay, we get it. Like, because you play, and I have a theory for this, because you play baseball from the youngest age, right? Like you play t-ball as soon as you can walk. Like that's the first thing you do. Or maybe soccer, but like most people don't stick with soccer because you're just following each other around in a little snake. Like you accomplish nothing, right? You're not really like learning the sport. You're just running around chasing each other. You might as well be playing tag. So baseball, you're like actually learning the game from a very young age. You don't play football that small. You can't play basketball that small. You don't have the motor skills yet. Yeah. So baseball, if you fall in love with baseball, you are literally basically an infant when you fall in love with the sport. You play it your entire life. So you love it. It's just a part of your DNA if that's what you do. So it's so much more emotional, I think, and so it cuts you deeper. And honestly, I just don't get it. I'm so over it.
It's sad. I feel like they're not going to let these guys in until they pass away. And
that's like, and that'll honestly like piss me off even more. 'Cause it's like, so you couldn't do it while they were alive,
right? Like
you just wanted to prove a point. Like I don't know. That's messed up. All right, T. What's the T? What's in the Migos Culture Report this week?
All right, so Zaya Wade made her first red carpet appearance at the 6th Annual Truth Awards in LA on Saturday night. She's with her father, Dwayne, and stepmother, Gabrielle. I love how they color coordinated.
I love that.
It's cute.
I thought that was so cute and supportive, and I thought she looked fabulous. And I really think this is an amazing story how Gabby and Wade are supporting her, and it's probably a lot of responsibility. You know, like I was thinking about it obviously people are going to say crazy, annoying, ignorant stuff on social media, but this is a child that we remember that we're talking about here, and it's not your child.
Facts.
Either. Not your child. But I just think it's amazing that not only they're supporting her, but that she wants to be out in front of it and be have representation and put herself in the spotlight for everything that she is and what she's trying to do. And that's really what changes things is when not only when you come out and say this is what I am and I'm not ashamed of it, but also you have support like Gabby and Dwayne behind you to make sure that people that they're protected, and she should be protected. So I thought it was great, and she looked fabulous.
She did. I saw a moment where Dwayne gave like a little speech saying that he wasn't super informed. So like when he first got the news, he didn't really know how to respond. I think he's using this opportunity to really just show parents who have experienced this like how to deal with it.
Yeah, and people who haven't, just to be educated on it. Everything isn't about you and how you want the world and how you see the world. It's really not about you. It's just not. Sorry, I had to be the one to tell you that. What's next?
Jhené Aiko's new album, her third album, Chilombo, came out a few days ago, and it is fire. A couple features are Big Sean, her, Future, Miguel, Nas, and John Legend. She got 20 amazing songs.
20? I have not heard the album yet.
It's so good.
So I'll have to spend 3 days listening to it.
Yeah. You can. I listened to it again yesterday. You can get through it within like an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll do it at the gym today.
Yeah.
Well, good. That's exciting. She's amazing.
She is.
Yeah. So was she supposed to be at Coachella this year?
I'm not. I don't think so because I saw that she is doing a Magic tour sold out, but it starts in May and it goes into like September.
So, yeah, so Coachella's canceled also, right?
Yeah.
Well, not canceled.
Well,
it's postponed.
Right, until I think October.
October, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably won't be attending now because football season, not gonna happen. So that's gonna be next. So wait, so now that it's gonna be in October, are they gonna move it back to its normal time the year after?
Oh.
I would assume so.
I would think so too.
That's a quick turnaround, no?
It is.
That is true. It has like a domino effect.
Right.
Yeah, 6 months. People will still probably be recovering by then.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's probably a question a lot of people are asking. So we can probably find that out. But anyway. Okay. What's next?
The Black Widow final trailer dropped. This will come out April 24th, 2020. It looks really good. That's really all I can say about it. A lot of action.
Yeah, Marvel doesn't really make bad movies.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say about this and all the trailers is a continuing theme is the really poor accent work.
Yeah, that needs help.
It needs so much
Really?
help.
I think. Oh, okay.
It's so half American, half Russian. And I'm so confused as to why she doesn't have a Russian accent if her entire family is in fact Russian.
Yeah.
She lost it. She's been hanging out with Tony Stark and
It's
the
such a
Avengers.
strong
Yeah, it's hard to lose.
dialect. But the movie looks awesome.
It
That's
does.
my only critique of it. It's like I hear it and then I'm like, oh wait, it's not. No. No. But it looks awesome. It's gonna be great, and yeah. I'm obviously going to watch it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
gonna
Marvel.
see it too.
All right, another trailer.
Yes, this one also comes out April 24th. It's called Antebellum. And they had me at Janelle Monáe. I'm gonna go see it because of her.
Right.
I'm just still not sure as to what this movie's about. I'm gonna guess time travel, but I have no clue.
Yeah. So it's based. Okay. So it's people from modern day getting sucked back into slavery times, right?
That's what it looks like.
But it's what it looks like. But then you can't. The description is like so generic.
Yeah.
So we really have no idea what's going on. It obviously it's Get Out and Us. So I don't know. I'm obviously going to see it. It doesn't look like scary though.
It
It looks
doesn't.
like Get Out style, Us style, which are technically horror films, but not in the
Yeah.
same sense of like Candyman.
Right.
So it's gonna make you think, and it's gonna be full of tension and drama. But I don't know what it's about. Like I can't. figure it
Yeah, I
out.
can't either. I'm kind of excited to see it though. I know
She's
that
an incredible actress though.
She is. I know that they're using the producers from Get Out and Us, but Jordan Peele's not a part of it.
Right. Finally.
All
Our
right.
girl. Let's talk about the princess. Who's no longer the princess anymore, but it's okay.
Right. All right. So
Yeah, so we can't call her princess anymore.
we call her Megan.
Just Megan. She's back to Meg.
Okay, should we call her Eminem?
Actually, I'm fine with her being called Megan. I was a Meghan
Alright.
Markle fan before she got with the prince. Just Suits is a great show. But yeah, this weekend.
She looks great.
I love it. I saw the pictures of them in the rain. I was like, oh my God, girl, I see you with all of it. I can see your eyeshadow is popping. She's wearing the red lips now. Okay, you see what I'm
Bronzer.
saying? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. She's like, I need this contour. Y'all doing too much.
And Joy, you notice her extensions.
I did notice these things. Look, I noticed these things. Okay, so it's a thing, I guess, within the royal family that you can't get like too done up, which to me is super weird because like you're a princess, so
But that's the point.
Yes.
Like,
I would get to like, where is my entire Fenty line? I can't wear any of
Right.
this. What's the point? Yeah. So like, if you can't get princess glam, I mean,
what's the point of being a princess?
right? I mean, I guess the prince.
No.
It's in theory. But anyway, Harry's the bomb, and they look amazing.
They
She
do.
looks so happy, and she's glowing, and just I love how every picture she is smiling with teeth.
Right.
And everyone is like, everyone's all crunchy. It's so good.
Because she's like, I'm about to get up out of here.
Oh, we up out of here. We up out of here. And I'm telling you, it was Harry's idea.
Yeah, I'm convinced.
I'm telling you, it was Harry's idea. I already know it was Harry's idea. Come on. Like, he was like, listen, this is what we're going to do. I already told you. We're going to have this bomb-ass wedding. We're going to get in there. We're going to go to a couple appearances. And then we up out of there. And they can be
Yeah.
mad, but it's cool because I already got it like that. But, yeah, so this was their final
This is
royal
their-
appearance.
Yeah, it was.
And I think in the end, they'll probably end up back in the fold eventually. It's kind
Yeah.
of their like duty. But maybe they said this so they could change some things around there. You know what I mean? You always need a disruptor. Harry's kind of always been about that life, as we know over the years. So
Yeah.
it's very exciting stuff.
Well, we'll see what happens in April because I know as of March 31st, they'll stop using their titles and receiving public money. So I feel like after that, it's like
Right.
just cut loose.
I saw that pony though, girl.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today. Thanks so much to Darnell Smith for stopping by. Make sure you go and follow him. Darnell_Smith95. Call 1-800. What is that? What was that? Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652.
Take a bite out of crime.
Take a bite out of crime. Isn't it amazing how jingles make you remember stuff? It's such a good idea. What was the Smokey the Bear? It wasn't a jingle, but it was like a good line. Only you can prevent forest fires. We watched so much TV when we were kids. We were raised on television. And now they're being raised on smartphones, whatever. Anyway, thanks for joining us this week. Make sure you check out all of our social media pages. Subscribe on YouTube, Maybe I'm Crazy Podcasts, at Maybe I'm Crazy Pod on Twitter and Instagram. And make sure you share with your friends. You can listen on the podcast apps, iHeartMedia app, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts. And we'll catch you next week.
Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not.